coming back to your own journey as a champion for change, tell us what that experience was like, how you decided to step up, what your learning journey. You spoke this morning very eloquently about how you had to stop and pause and share that with the audience.
So for me, it is one of personal leadership. It's a part of a job, but I don't believe, given the complexity and the difficulty associated with this specific topic, that you're going to sort of move where you need to move unless you personally own it. And so for me, there was a number of different factors which one day I literally said, I'm just not happy with my leadership, and I'm not happy with where the organisation's at. It was as simple as that, and there were multiple triggers, notwithstanding at a very personal level. I have 4 daughters. One of those 4 has Down syndrome, and so there's sort of disability woven through my family. And from a firm perspective, I didn't feel that we were getting the true potential of all of the various different people that made up sort of Team PwC. And I was hearing also more and more that, you know, and Ian Narev's great at this, being a Kiwi, you know, Luke, unless you turn up with a woman partner, you're not getting the work, right? So there was more and more customers and clients saying, you know, hey, you're a wonderful firm, things are wonderful, all these accolades, but where are your women? And it was literally sort of as simple as that. It sort of came together and it was clear in my mind. I didn't feel overly proud, I guess, Jenny, of what was going on. And so I literally, I spent a long time trying to learn. And so I took off out into the market and met with as many CEOs and boards that I could possibly meet with to understand what they were doing, understand what had worked, what hadn't worked. I learnt from that, and then I, you know, 6 to 9 months later, I guess had the courage to start to go to work with my leadership team and start to move the dial, you know, culturally at PwC. But it's,
give them the numbers. I mean, the numbers tell a story.
Well,
you started with what percentage?
Well,
of
we
female partners?
started with 17% female partners. So straight away, that's a horrible statistic. From a Asian cultural background perspective, and this is for an organisation that has 36% of its people in some way, shape or form Asian cultural background. We had 2% of our partners with an Asian cultural background. And so the data is a horrible story. Notwithstanding, still a large number of people in the organisation would say that's okay, which I'm not proud to share, but that's the magnitude of the challenge and the journey that we're all on. So we've started the ball rolling over the last couple of years. We should be at 25% from 17. Leaders have to find the space to feel comfortable to be vulnerable. Half of the magic here is feeling comfortable to screw up, comfortable to put the wrong words on the table that are politically incorrect, and certain purists might have a go at you, but you're trying to talk through it and your intent is pure and genuine. Leadership is about authenticity and screwing up and learning.
But if you had to list the 2 or 3 things that the champions, the collective group, yep. So being collegial but being involved and finding your voice, how do you describe them? You know, what have been the big hits that by joining up to, this is not so much only internally, but let's focus particularly on externally, so you're influencing others. How would you name those?
So a couple of things I'd share. One is the trust, the camaraderie, the support, the doing things together publicly is fantastic for confidence. right? So, and I remember early days, you know, there was a panel session, I think there was 1,500 women in the room, 3 men on stage and a woman. And up walked the 3 of us, and, you know, I was like, oh, sheesh. Right?
Welcome to our world.
Right? and so for men, that's you know, when you're not used to being in that world, just doing that, that's suddenly like, right? And so the confidence, the sharing, the support, the openness is one big part. The second big part of it is the measurement piece. We all believe that you need to show progress, and we all have some great competitive spirit amongst us all. And so if he's moving and he's moving and he's moving, but I'm not, I'll hear about it. Or if I'm moving and he's moving but he's not, he'll hear about it. And so I think a bit of that healthy, competitive CEO tension is really, really good to move the ball across society.